Tyrese Haliburton hits one of the most insane shots that you'll ever see in the NBA playoffs as the Indiana Pacers rally in Game 1 to force overtime and steal Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video of Spectator Sports, where we cover sports from a spectator's point of view. In this video, we'll be detailing the Pacers' epic rally in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. But before we get into the content, please do us a massive favor, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you want to get more clips here on Spectator Sports, we got that for you here on YouTube and our various playlists, as well as on TikTok for now. If you want to enjoy Spectator Sports from an audio perspective, we got that for you too. I'll link everything in the description, and let's get into the video. If it's one thing we've learned from this year's NBA playoffs, it's that you cannot count out the Indiana Pacers as no lead is safe. For the third time this postseason, the Pacers trailed by at least 7 points inside of the final minute of regulation. And in Game 1 against the New York Knicks, they trailed by 9 with 52.5 seconds left. Rewind back to 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Knicks were in firm control. They were up 14 points. As the previous 970 occasions this has happened in NBA history, every team has closed the game out to win. However, the Pacers became the first team ever to overcome this trend. Nesmith was on a heater, knocking down three-pointer after three-pointer as he made 6 threes after checking in the game's final 5 minutes. As this was part of a 30-point night where he knocked down 8 three-pointers for the Indiana Pacers. New York faltered late with a crucial turnover, missed free throws between Jalen Brunson, Cat, and OG Anunoby, and numerous defensive miscues that led to this all-time collapse for the Knicks. Now, it's easy to point fingers at the Knicks, but let's also give credit to the Indiana Pacers. This rally wasn't just thanks to Nesmith catching fire late in the fourth quarter. Like I mentioned, the Pacers have been doing this all postseason long, and Haliburton has been super clutch, including this insane fading corner three-pointer over Giannis Antetokounmpo in the regular season. It was Haliburton's 29-foot three-pointer that started this final push for the Indiana Pacers. Tyrese was the orchestrator once again for the Pacers offense, manipulating the defense with his playmaking and even acting as a decoy, leading to Siakam finding Nesmith for 2 clutch three-pointers as part of the Pacers' rally. After OG Anunoby splits a pair of free throws to increase the Knicks' lead to 2 points, Haliburton gets a full head of steam, getting past Mikal Bridges. However, Mikal is able to recover and get a quick deflection on the ball, but Tyrese is able to recover, dart back to the top of the arc, and launch the craziest buzzer beater that you'll ever see. Haliburton's shot would hit squarely on back iron, pop up straight into the air, and then descend through the hoop. Haliburton hit the signature Reggie Miller choke side and pointed to the Pacers great, who was on the call for TNT. When the shot hit the back of the rim, I thought there was no way it was going to go through the hoop, but inevitably it did. Unfortunately, while the celebration was all fun and games, it turned out upon instant replay that Haliburton had a toe on the line, and that meant the game was going into overtime. With 5 extra minutes, the Pacers offense controlled the game. Brunson was playing with 5 fouls and couldn't really play defense to what he's used to doing, and Andrew Nembhard took advantage on the go-ahead layup. Brunson, while having a fantastic night, he scored 43 points in Game 1. He was gassed in the fourth quarter and in overtime particularly, as he didn't have the same lift as he once did, airballing the last gas three-point attempt that would have tied the game. Once again, the Pacers rally and now steal home court advantage, and I fear that the manner of how the Knicks lost Game 1 might hurt their psyche heading into Game 2. Typically when the road team wins Game 1, they airmail Game 2 as they look to rally at home in Games 3 and 4. But these Pacers are different. We've seen that Game 2s haven't been quite the cupcake for the home team, as the Cavaliers found out in round 2, as the Pacers stormed back in Game 2 of that series to take a 2-0 series lead heading back to Indianapolis. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Pacers came out with the same intensity, trying to put their foot on the throat of the Knicks. And it couldn't be more demoralizing. You get a great performance out of Jalen Brunson. Cat hits a bunch of threes. You get great performance out of him. And it's going to be interesting to see if he can replicate this, as he's been somewhat inconsistent during this postseason run. But you also have to think about, will OG and Mikal Bridges step it up, as both of them have been inconsistent during this postseason run. There's really no in between. Either OG scores 20 points plus or is in single figures. But it remains to be seen if these two can be consistent offensively, as the Knicks are surely going to need both of their other two stars to step it up in Game 2. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Was this an all-time choke job by the Knicks, or did the Pacers simply take this game?